In the quiet of the night,
ladies,
I hear a whisper in the wild,
gentlemen,
a fragile tone
welcome
that pulls me
to the
gently
Guitar
through the
Podcast.
fire. Every chord remembers you.
This is a pre-recorded introduction
I'm reaching through the frequency
for you,
but nothing sounds
you the guitar player, who feels athletic today, who feels like you're ready to go, who has electric guitar in his or her heart. I'm talking about the vibes. I'm talking about getting on the stage, the main stage, amps catching fire, smoke effect, crowd going wild. Ladies, gentlemen, I need you to wake up. I need you to buckle up, because we are about to begin the most athletic stream in the history of music. Start the clock.
Sorenzo. The world is made of silver strings and unresolved desires. I chase the tone that once was yours through broken amplifiers. You fade into the reverb, but I still can't let it win. I hear you in the distance, pulling me again. I feel the air around me tremble like a truth I can't let go. A spark inside the silence calling me back home. I'm falling through the echoes where the shadows start to glow, and every sound you leave behind is the one I can't outgrow. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, your voice is in the undertow. I'm rising, but I'm sinking in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Hold me in the static, guide me through the dark. Every fading memory still reaches for my heart. I'm falling through the echoes, still searching for your glow. And every wave that crashes in reminds me where to go. Oh, Mr. Sorenzo, I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting in the echoes. Echoes of Sorenzo. Plug in the power, feel the voltage rise. Neon lightning, sparks in my eyes. Fingers on the fretboard, volume high. I'm the glitch in the system you cannot find. Crowds buzzing like a circuit overload. One strum and the whole damn room explodes. Heads are buzzing from the head banging, mosh pit flows. But I'm just getting started. Watch me flow. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Ooh baby, baby. Electric in my veins, supercharged, but I'm still unchained. Screw
Baby,
classical
baby, baby.
'Cause I set the stage on fire. Shredding through the chaos like a neon blade. Boss mode riffs in a pixel arcade. Smoke rising from the amp on stage. I get you all far higher. Can you feel it? Static rising, synthesizing all my power. In this hour, watch me break the meter. Take it deeper. Turn it up. Turn it up. Ooh baby, baby.
Woo! Baby, baby, baby. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Podcast. Unbelievable. Vadim says, howdy, dude. Howdy, Vadim. How are ya? It's been a hot minute. It's been a minute, and it's been very hot. How you doing? Dorotio says, hola vatos metaleros. What's happening, my brother? How are ya? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Podcast. You'll be surprised to know that I am in the mood today. Ooh, baby. We are so in the mood today. Let me tell you why. Because we got an athletic stream for y'all today. Athletic, I said. First, we are going to talk about Chapman guitars. Chapman guitars, Chris Robertson's signature Twang style guitar. We don't say Telly on the stream anymore. After what Fender has done, we never say Telly again. Twang style guitar. A T-bone guitar. That's the style. We're going to talk about it. Then, Gibson released a new custom Flying V. We're going to talk about that. Fender decides to get into another bar fight. We'll briefly talk about that. Then, we're going to talk about Larry Basilio's signature Ibanez. We're going to talk about that. And then at the end, there was this fun listing I saw just flicking the web like a maniac, like I do every day, looking for new guitars. And I found something that was hilarious. And I thought I'm going to show it to you guys. Ooh, baby. So when I tell you that this stream today is going to be muy atleticamente, you know exactly what I'm talking about today. Oof. Wow. Wow. All right, pause the music. We're already heated up. Let's get something a little bit more mellow here. Something a bit more, a little mellow, you know? A little mellow. Yeah, like that. That's what I'm talking about. Oof. Now give it a bit more volume. There we go. We like it. All right, y'all tell me, what's up? What is up exactly here? Doroteo says, what essential rock licks do you recommend to practice? Oh, that's a super good question, dude. That's a really good question. It entirely depends on what is it that you want to work on. Okay? It's so funny you ask this. Literally, my last private lesson yesterday, I was literally talking about that with one of my students. He asked me the exact same question. So I'll give you the answer now. It entirely depends on what you want to practice. Like what specific thing it is that you're trying to work on. The skill to play like something like Meshuggah songs, or Lamb of God songs, things that have a lot of riffage in them, is a completely different skill to playing Cradle of Filth songs, which has, like, for example, a lot of tremolo picking, a lot of fast picking, which is completely a different set of skills to play Polyphia songs, Tim Henson's stuff. Do you know what I mean? Now, obviously, there's a lot of overlap, and obviously there is, there's more to that. This is like a very, like a reductive way of looking at it. But the reality is that most guitar players, those people that are like either hobbyists or not full-time professionals, they have a more limited time to play the guitar, like 4 hours max a day. Like you can't go beyond that. And so because of that, I would recommend you to make your training targeted, right? Figure out what is it that you like to listen to. What are the things that you usually listen to and you would love to play? And then figure out what are some of the techniques that are used there. Then drill those techniques and then play those songs. And this way, not only you get to play this stuff that you like a lot faster, you won't have to deal with a situation where you spend so much time practicing something. And it's the right thing to practice. It's a legitimate thing to practice, but it's not the best tool when it comes to like where you're going musically. Do you know what I mean? So what essential rock licks do I recommend practice? Generically, I would say I would probably drill down pentatonics, the blues scale, and the minor scale, the Aeolian mode. Well, all the 7 modes, but you keep the home base on the tonic, the root note of your Aeolian mode, your minor scale, right? I would make sure that I got that out of the way, so that would probably be part of the warm-up maybe, right? And then work on some of the riffage that are based on, pentatonic, blues, and minor, because that's where a lot of rock stuff sits, right? So again, that's a generic answer. Like it might not necessarily be fit for purpose. You know what I mean for you? Yeah. Vadim says, yeah, I couldn't catch your stream as you started later. I'm still Vadim. Fair enough, dude. I'm actually testing things out. So the fact that we are live right now is actually on purpose. It was by design. So I'm testing out sometimes here and there. to see what works best. So yeah. Doroteo says to work on the fretting hand, more on the 1980s glam rock style guitar. Yeah, okay. Listen to those specific songs, because not all 1980s glam rock style guitars are they sound the same. They don't sound the same. Not all of them are the same, right? But glam rock, I can tell you for a fact that has a lot, like what I said earlier, actually does apply here a little. So speed up in your blues, blues scale and Aeolian mode minor scale. Do a lot of work on that, because a lot of the riffage back in the day was on these two things, on these two scales. Yeah. So that's a really good point. Doroteo, can you give me a song example? Can you give me a song sample? Let's do this. You give me a song sample, then let's have a look at the tabs of that song together, and then let's figure out, see what's in there and what's not. And then we can take a discussion from there. Yeah. And if you want to dig deeper, by the way, Doroteo, we've got that. We've got the other stream in about, I don't know, an hour and a half, an hour 15. So yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, so we have our school community, and Doroteo is a founding member there. And we got like weekly guitar lesson live streams. That's what I was talking about. Vadim says, I've got a fire guitar recommendation for you. Shoot. What's that fire recommendation, dude? Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at it. I'd like to see that. Okay. By the way, guys, before we go down that road, I just wanted to give you guys a couple of updates. So you guys gave me some feedback, and I listened to your feedback, and I've made some changes on our stream. And I just want you guys to know what those changes are. Number one, it's a good thing, because you guys now know that your feedback actually matters. When you give me feedback, I have to think about it. If it works, I implement it. But also, like, I do my best to improve the stream every week, right? So I'll give you guys a little bit of an update of what I've done based on the feedback that you guys gave me. First of all, your first feedback was that the chats were slow. Like, there was a delay between the chat, like when you guys type it, and when I read it and receive it, like you see it on the screen. I fixed some of that. So now our stream is running on ultra low latency. Now, what that does, the downside of that, is that it will have some impact on stream stability sometimes when the internet speed goes up and down. Now, I got a really fast internet service, so hopefully that won't be a problem. But your first feedback to me was that your chats are showing up a little late. So I fixed that one for you guys this week. So hopefully, as you guys are putting your chats in there, you'll notice that they're actually showing up a lot faster. I think Zuhair last week said it took 19 seconds for his chat to show up on the screen. And so I received the feedback, we fixed it, and hopefully now you guys can see the difference, how faster it is now. So that was the first fix. The second thing, we were talking about new stringers. And I've got new stringers. We just saw one of them. We got new stringers there, so we got that sorted out. And there we go. Zuhair says it has been 8 to 10 seconds now. Improved. Perfect. We reduced that time to half. We like it. That's athletic. That's like Usain Bolt athletic. We like that. Perfect. So you guys gave me the feedback. I heard you guys. Now, Doroteo said, hey, you're not doing enough guitar playing on your stream. I'm trying to sort that out. I'm not ready to put it out there because I really want it to be good. And so there's a couple of technical issues that I still have to sort out. And there's one piece of equipment that I'm going to need. So we're working on that. And obviously what that does also, that I have to change my schedule around it a little, because I have to do about an hour warm up before I get to actually play. So for those who don't know, I had a bad injury with my left hand, just repetitive injuries for playing the guitar. And I had to go through a process of medical interventions for it. And so I can't, my left hand genuinely doesn't work if I don't spend about 45 minutes, an hour gently, slowly warming it up and then get it going. So what that means is that I have to push everything my schedule an hour back. So I can do that and I can play for you guys at the beginning. You know what I mean? But we're working on that, guys. We are working on that. We received your feedback. Thank you very much for your feedback. Keep them coming. But we're working on things. So there we go. Yeah. Okay. Doroteo says the Vixen, Edge of Broken Heart, the solo and the outro solo too. Let's see. Vixen. Edge of Heart. Edge of a Broken Heart. There we go. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do we have here? Ooh, yay. All right. Let me pause the music. Let me pause this music and let's have a listen to this. There we go. Boom. What do we have? Okay, so have a look. This is in what? In G minor. Yeah, perfect. So this is in G minor, and my man is hovering around here when? What are we doing here? Huh, okay, give me a second. Let me get this baby. All right, so he's in G minor, and he is... Where's my pick? That's your G. That's your G. Uh-huh. 18th, 15th. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's it. Doroteo, the first thing I said, the initial thing I told you is pretty accurate. This is a very minor scale, pentatonic scale based lick. That's solo. So, give me 1 second. Let me put this back. It is a very minor scale, pentatonic scale based solo. But there's obviously a lot of bends in there as well. And there's a use of your whammy bar. A lot of vibratos there as well. So here's what I would like if I was to do a regimen for you to say, all right, this is like what you want to practice. I would get you start doing bends on the higher registers. So do each of these bends at the higher registers. If you want, in the other stream, Doroteo, I'll tell you exactly what to practice. Like we can talk about the specific ways you can practice that. But the regimen would be around bends. So you want to practice, you need some bend drilling, right? You want to have some minor scale and blues scale licks. That's really what it is. It's a nice little solo. And the good thing about it is that it's not unachievable at all. I think you can easily pick it up. So there we go. Boom. We like it. That was a great question, dude. That was a fabulous question. We like that a lot. All right, let me fix my camera. There we go. Okie dokes. What do we have? Vadim says, I got a killer KG Exploder in my possession for a month. Really great guitar. It's made by ESPR2, maple everything, X shape and kind of small for the extreme shape. Ooh, yay. Okay, let's have a look. It's called the KG Exploder. KG Exploder R2. All right, what do we have here? Damn, dude. Hee-haw. Look at that. Y'all, have a look at this. This is athletic, actually. We like it. What do you guys think of this? That's a nice shape. I've never seen this shape before. Ooh, yay. Killer guitars. Is that a... Where are they based in? Is that a Japanese brand? Why am I seeing so much Japanese here? That looks nice, dude. Congratulations. That's a nice guitar, my friend. Aye. Not bad at all. Vadim says, a lot of unusual guitar choices. I can see that. What do we have here? It's a Japanese guitar featuring 45mm thick maple body and an R2 lugging nut with the 42mm width. Nice. Yeah, you're a 42mm guy. Of course that's your guitar. Of course that's a feature in your guitar. Nice, dude. Congrats, my friend. All right, let me fix myself here. I don't know why I'm showing up weirdly. Boom. That's better. Boom. Zuhair says, did you hear that Wayne Charvel, the founder of Charvel Guitars, has died? I think so. It was a while ago. No, I thought it was like a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I read about it. It was like 2-3 weeks ago. Oh, no. Yeah. So a week ago, not 2-3 weeks ago. He passed away a week ago. I heard that. I think there was a few posts on Instagram that people posted. But yeah. So for those who don't know, Wayne Charvel started his career in Fender in the 70s. So he started his career there, and then he started his own shop in California, and then from there he just went on to do his own thing. But essentially one thing that he was the thing that he really improved about the guitar was the hot rod electric guitar. So essentially get a Fender style body, but with high output humbucker pickups. And that became like a massive thing for all the guitarists worldwide. That design choice became a thing. And up until his death, up until right before he passed away, he was active. He was working alongside his family in the workshop. So rest in peace, the late great Wayne Charvel. Let me find a photo of him for those guys haven't seen him. Hold on. Wayne Charvel. There we go. That's the late, great Wayne Charvel. So yeah. Founder of Charvel Guitars, and obviously Charvel now is owned by Fender. They bought it. So the Charvel is owned by FMIC, Fender Musical Instrument Corp. Yep. All right. Shall we jump to our first item on the docket, y'all? Shall we do our first item on the docket? Who's ready? Who's feeling athletic to go? Let's do this. This is our first item on the docket. Chris Robertson SAR 63. We are on Chapman guitars. So for those who don't know, Rob Chapman, good old Chapman guy. He's doing his own guitar. He's been doing it for a while. He went through a process of redesign. He moved his production from Asia to India, which is where these guitars are made now. And recently, there's actually been some changes on the website, by the way. So there's some little changes here he's done, which I think the website looks a lot better now. There's so much work he can do. The thing is, here's what I don't understand with this website, to be fully honest with you guys. You can literally ask an AI to design the website for you. Right? You can literally do that. And so this is like he could do a better job on the website, to be fully honest with you guys. Regardless, let's have a chat about this guitar. So this is a Twang style, sort of a premium construction on the Chapman side. And when I saw it first, I thought like this guitar was beautiful. It's this guitar. This is the white one. Right. I really, really liked it. So first of all, roasted maple necks, my favorite. So I absolutely loved it. It had really, really nice, like sort of this nice F-hole design in there. It has string through minimalistic bridge. So when I saw it initially, I was like, oh, this is nice. We kind of like it. And you have this like amber celluloid binding around it. Which on a white guitar I always love. In fact, my Telecaster, the only Telecaster I currently own, has a kind of a similar elegance to it, and I like that. So before we move on, let us have a listen to this guitar first. I'll pause the music, and then let's talk a little bit of specs, shall we? I'll give you guys some volume. Here we go.
Right guys, so today we're taking a look at the Chris Robertson signature Chapman Sarge model. Without further ado, we'll jump straight in.
Hear that bloom? Hear the bloom in the sound here? I think so much of it is coming from the presence of the F-hole. The purpose of that F-hole essentially, like when you have an F-hole in a guitar, in an electric guitar, it does make your guitar mid-heavy and the lower ends less tighter. So, but I think it gives it a really nice bloom here. I really dig this. That neck pickup sounds great. That's a great sounding guitar. So yeah, I really dig the clean neck sound. I thought it was fabulous. And yeah, like I get, like, I understand the presence of F-hole. Like, why would some people prefer that? It's not good for like gent style guitar playing, because you really want like tight low end there. That's for sure. Right. But it's great for, you know, what that guitar is kind of designed to do. Now, you guys know, by the way, you guys know why guitars became solid body? Because guitars were not always solid body. Initially, guitars like classical guitars, acoustic guitars, had a sound hole, right? Had a sound cavity. The reason we moved to solid body guitars, it was because we wanted the tighter low end. We wanted minimal interaction between anything like that is not a pickup. Like, so when you have the sound hole, it interacts with the pickup output. But when you don't have that, it's a solid body guitar, you're minimizing the resonance in the body of the guitar. So you're getting the more direct sound, like you're getting a less interrupted sound from your pickup. That was why we moved to solid body guitars. That and the fact that it's just cooler, it's just better. Okay. Right. So here we go. Let's talk about the specs here, man. So we have 3 colors coming into this. So you got the sort of the aqua, the surf green they call it, the black, and the white, which I thought the white one was just like perfect. Color wise, it was fabulous. You have a rosewood maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, 25.5-inch scale length, not a surprise. Jumbo stainless steel 22 frets, again, not a surprise for a Twang style guitar. Now, the neck width is 43 mils on the first fret, 52 mils on the 12th. A little thicker on the thicker side, on the widest side, rather. 21 mil on the first, 22 on the 12th. It's like medium thickness on the neck. So, he is going for something like standard, somewhere sitting in the medium, for lack of a better word. The neck radius is almost 14 inches. So, flatter than most guitars, I would say, right? And again, it makes perfect sense, given that this guitar to me, it seems like it's going for sort of like not the super modern players, like the prog players, not that, but it's not classical old school players either. It's like the sort of a sweet semi-modern middle. So that kind of makes sense. That design choice is not a surprise to me at all. C-neck profile, bolt-on neck, and yeah, 8 degrees of headstock angle. That's interesting. You would have a look at the headstock shape and be like, oh, it looks like a Fender headstock, like a reverse Fender headstock. But the build philosophy is not similar to Fender's. You have the 8 degrees angle there. But which also means that you don't need a string tree, right? So that's good. Binding is amber celluloid. Beautiful material, by the way. I can show it to you guys a little later, of how it looks like. Dual action truss rod. You got the, infinity inlay at the 12 frets, and then 2 mil glow in the dark guitars inlay, because you sell that guitar online, so you can't not have lumen lays. Now, here's the thing. 6 locking tuners, Chapman hip shot style bridge. I like the fact that they kept the hip shot name there. 500K pots, not a surprise. And interestingly, we are moving to, Chapman's in-house pickup. So one thing that they did, and Robert Chapman talked about it at NAMM this year in January when he was in Southern California. He was talking about how from now on, Chapman will be using their own pickups, in-house built. And you guys heard the clean signal on those pickups. The neck pickup sounds fabulous. The neck pickup, it just sounds great. So yeah, that was like one of the guitars that got my attention this week, which I thought it was really interesting. Yeah. Really, really, really interesting. I just like the look on this guitar and the sound of the neck pickup. Bridge pickup, we can talk about that a little later maybe, but but yeah, you guys get the point. You get the point. All right. Doroteo says, yes, sir. Vadim says, thanks. What's unusual is 1, 5 neck screws, 4 in one usual place, 1 under the neck pickup. It's like a long tenon butt bolt on. 2 recessed pickup rings and volume knob, and 3 sideways, upside down Strat input. We're talking about the killer guitar, aren't we? We're back to the killer guitar. All right, let me bring it back. Let me bring that back. Hold on. I might as well just go to that website. Let's see what this is. Here we go. Yeah, a 2-piece ash body. Where is that you said? Where's the... I need a photo at the back of the guitar. Is that the one you're talking about, Vadim? 5 neck screws, but I see only 4. Am I missing something? So that's a Strat style, that's a Strat style input for sure. But I see only 4 screws. Where's the 5th one? Recessed pickup rings. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Someone's done his homework. I like it. We like that. Dude, that's an awesome guitar. I hope you got a really good deal out of it. It looks fabulous. Now I want one. Shoulder strap pins. Yeah, okay. And then, unfortunately, Floyd has to be recessed like a little too much to adjust to good string height. Okay, fair enough. It's a little high in action. Fair enough. It could be, I don't know, if it could be your Floyd Van. It could also be that the neck might be sanded a little too much, especially if the guitar is a little older. The neck pocket or the neck heel might have gotten sanded a little too much, so you might have to shim that neck. That could be also another potential reason. But if adjusting the screws on your Floyd is going to fix that, obviously go for that. But if I were you, I would do a full proper setup, like do a full setup of the guitar. So how do we do a full setup? The acronym was TRAIN, right? So truss rod adjustment, relief, action, intonation, and then nut slot adjustment, right? Do all of that. I made a mistake. T is for tuning, not truss rod. Relief already has the truss rod in there. So I'll say it again. Train, T-R-A-I-N. T for tuning, R for relief, neck relief, A for action, I for intonation, N for noodling. It's not noodling. So do that. Set up the guitar properly first. And once you finish setting it up, then see if you can diagnose that issue. And if it's coming from the screws of your Floyd, then obviously just pull them down a little. But if that doesn't fix it, if you go all the way down and that doesn't fix it, your neck pocket could potentially be the issue. And you might have to shim it. And you can get like a really, really nice, affordable shim from Amazon, like maple shim, good quality stuff. And just put it in there and that'll fix the issue. Look at that. Look lower. There must be a photo of the tenon. Ooh, yeah. Ah, there we go. You're right. And look at that. Like, nice little truss rod adjustment wheel there. We like it. Bruh, I want one. I want one now. This is not good. All right, let's see. How much is this thing streeting right now? Your boy wants one. It's pricing at 2,700 Canadian. 2,700 Canadian. So that's about like what, $2,000 American. Ooh, yeah. We like it. Dude, that's a very athletic guitar. Congratulations, my friend. That's athletic. As I've checked online, they all have this other world. It's not a bug. It's a feature. I've made a setup, dude. I played for so many years. I don't even know. Ah, my apologies. You know, I know, dude. I know you're athletic. I get it. I was just giving my suggestions. Just chatting with you about it. Do your setup. I know you've already got it sorted. I think the designer just likes it that way and it's not that bad. Well, there we go. There we go. Doroteo says, Chapman getting some love today. Hell yeah. Dude, I love Chapman guitars. The ML stuff, the ML Twang style, ML3, I think it is. The Twang style stuff. I loved those. But the thing is, like, they're not bringing out so many new guitars as of yet. And it makes perfect sense, by the way. It's no fault of Bob Chapman. Because he's a small operation. And for that wheel to keep going, he has to obviously sell. It's a soft market right now. It is not a good market for guitars. It's a very soft market right now. So I wholeheartedly support his activities. Like, I love the guy. It's a difficult environment to build guitars in right now. Unless you're like a really big player. Unless you're like established player maybe, right? Like, so this is like the word on the street, right? For guitar companies that produce high quality stuff, like high end stuff, they're not really impacted much by the soft market, right? Like John Sears of the world are not impacted. PRS custom shops of the world are not impacted. Nags not impacted, right? So these are the companies that produce high quality stuff, and they're known for it, and people still buy their stuff at whatever price they want, right? You know what I mean? It's a smaller player at the mid and lower range that get hurt in a market like this. So I support Bob Chapman wholeheartedly. I hope he survives it, and I hope he thrives, not just survives. Yeah. Yeah. So Vadim says, check KG Exploder. There are Gradation Exploder, Exploder Prison, Exploder Prime, right? They have like other shapes. I'll have a look at it. Okay. Let me have a look at it off the stream, and maybe we'll actually like properly analyze one and talk about one, and I'll maybe find some videos of how they sound like, and we'll take it from there. Vadim, if you got a nice video of it on YouTube, you can send it my way too. You can just share the link. You can send that in my Instagram chat. If you got a YouTube video of how that guitar sounds like and how you played it, and I'd love to have a look at it too. So, yeah. All right, shall we jump to the next item on the docket? This is not something crazily groundbreaking, so to speak, but I just thought I want to quickly talk about it because it was interesting to me. At least when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. I like it. Check this out. So Gibson released this new custom 71 Flying V reissue. And when I saw it, when I first saw it, it reminded me of Jordans, like the sneakers, you know, Jordan 1s. You had the red and white. First reminded me of that. That was the thing that got my attention there, which I thought, oh, okay, that's interesting. So check this out. It has a 2-piece mahogany body, a 3-piece mahogany neck with an authentic 71 Flying V profile. So 3-piece mahogany neck, that's nice, super stable. We like that. When you have multiple pieces in your neck, when your neck is built up multiple pieces, that's a more stable neck. Fun fact, in fact, you can increase the stability of your neck by 2 folds, right? If you make it a 3-piece or a 5-piece neck. This is fun fact. So I was, I think, watching a video from, was it Maton Guitars? Like a very famous Australian builder. I don't remember. But that's one of the reasons why people do these multiple piece necks. And you see them a lot on, like, you know, larger scale guitars, 7/8 string guitars. You see all those like multiple pieces of the neck there. That's just to like reinforce that neck stability, right? So rosewood fretboard, T-top pickups, individually numbered medallion hardshell case. And that's the medallion, by the way, that they're yapping about. It's just a piece of metal screwed on the guitar, and Gibson added $1,000 to the price tag of that guitar, right? So let's not lose ourselves on that so much. So, but check this out. There was a few things when I saw this guitar. There was a few things that came to my mind, which I thought, man, this guitar was great traditionally, but when it comes to guitar designs, it got me thinking a little bit about some of the things that might, I don't know. You guys have listen to what I have to say about it, and then you let me know what you think. First things first is that with a V guitar, right? Because you have all this extra space, right? Because you don't have any upper curves or anything. Like, it's just a V. So much wood is missing from there. For those of you who have experience playing any V-shaped guitar, so whether it's a Flying V or a King V in Jackson or ESP LTD, whatever, right? You got a lot of room. Your forearm doesn't have much room to rest on the guitar, so it's free floating. And with a guitar like this, I don't know, if having a bridge like a Tunomatic style bridge makes much of a sense, to be fully honest with you guys, right? Because part of it is that the two-pneumatic bridges are usually a little higher and chunkier. Like, there's just more stuff there. Now, some people actually like those. They prefer to lay their hands against those pieces of metal and play. I think that would bring my pick too close to the bridge pickup, so that will like make my sound a little high treble, like trebly. I'm not a fan of that. I like to pick somewhere around here maybe more as opposed to there. So that was like and I understand, by the way, I understand why Gibson does that. If you have that 3-4 degree neck angle between the neck and the body, right? And then you have that 17 degree angle at the headstock, you have to raise the bridge so that you don't get string buzz at the high registers. There's no other way, right? But just generally, like, strictly isolating the bridge out. It's a design that I find it a little surprising. And again, I understand back in the day it made perfect sense in the 70s. Like, oh, hell yeah, that was the thing. And it doesn't mean that you can't shred on a two-pneumatic bridge, but you get the idea. That was the first thing that occurred to me. The second thing that occurred to me was like, thank God for modern V guitars. Because this jack input is not nice at all. You know, the placement of it, what I'm talking about. Because you have this awesome V-shaped guitar, right? This awesome rock and roll killer looking guitar. And let's be honest, this V-shaped guitar looks superb. I really like the look of the guitar, right? And now because of that placement of the jack input, you're going to have like wire over your guitar. You know what I mean? Either wire or a wireless thing. Something goes in and obstruct the look of that guitar. Whereas if you had it on the side of the wings, if you manage to have it there, and I understand that like the V guitar might be a little too thin for it, but if it was like a way to have it around there, like what more modern Vs have, like King Vs have it, ESP Arrows have it, right? It would have helped you to sort of like maintain that awesome look of the V. So yeah, when I first saw this guitar, my brain went down that rabbit hole like fast. Right. Yeah. That's like look at that angle, dude. You got the volute there, which is kind of nice. Saves your neck from, you know, reduces the risk of your neck breakages. So it's nice that they got that volute going on there. I wouldn't buy an expensive guitar with a huge neck angle that doesn't have a volute. Man, I want that reinforcement there. You know what I mean? Like, this is $5,000 US. That's like, man, 5 bands. That's expensive. That's an expensive guitar. I wouldn't buy this guitar. Like, if I ever want to buy a guitar like this, if it doesn't have the volute, I am not buying. It's just like, with one fall, you have to take it back to the techs. That's ridiculous, right? So, there you have it. Super good looking guitar. I really dig the look on this guitar, dude. I really do. So good, so good. Anyways, so 2-piece mahogany body, rosewood fretboard, 22 frets. You have individually numbered medallion for an extra grand. 3-piece mahogany neck with a volute. We talked about it. Coulson double ring tuners like that. T-top pickups with Alnico 5 magnets. Nice and bright. We like that. Now, gloss nitrocellulose lacquer on it. Not a surprise on a Gibson. Mahogany body. Not a surprise again. And you have a rosewood fretboard, medium jumbo frets, long neck tenon, Corian knot material, Gibson scale length. Shocker. 12-inch fingerboard radius. Shocker. Mahogany neck. Shocker. 70s profile. And then you got the T-top reissue pickups. We talked about those. Yeah. Is there anything we didn't talk about? And they're sending it out with 1046 strings. Interestingly. Yeah. Kind of makes sense, right? 1046s. Like heavy sustain, thick strings. That's like Gibson. That's not the other company that rhymes with Chender. That's the Gibson style kind of thing. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. So there we have it, man. That was another guitar I really want to talk about today. I thought that was really interesting. So there we go. Now, what do we have here? Vadim says, I don't have a video of that one in particular yet as my laptop died and I'm in the process of building a good PC. Ooh, nice. Good PC is always good, man. Like, I had so much issues, like, working on videos, and because I do a lot of videos. You know, and like, just working there with whatever it is that I do with my computer, and just getting a good PC is a huge help for people that spend a lot of time with that PC. Saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of frustration. Like, the last thing you want, I'll tell you guys, like, I had this old laptop that up until about a year and a half ago I was working with. My video exports were not good. I was doing everything right, and just equipment was like the constraint, and I hated that feeling. I was like, man, I'm putting all this effort out there. Like, give me something nice. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Adam says, but I have a few videos of other guitars on YouTube. If I see a good video of a killer, I will tell you, but they usually sound live, not studio. Yeah, that's fair enough, dude. Yeah, whatever. If you find something nice, Instagram message it my way. Yeah. Dorotio says, what day and time is the other live stream for the Guitar Club? It's today in about 40 minutes. It is today at about 40 minutes that we're going to go live and start teaching. So for those who don't know, guys, what Dorothy was asking, we have a guitar club with a K. That it's our guitar community. There we have live streams that I teach guitar in, because here we do like guitar reviews and guitar market and guitar chats. That one is like literally just dedicated for teaching guitar. And so in that school, we have really nice courses there, like structured videos, music theory, guitar modes is being built right now, things of that nature. And there's a community of nice people that are coming in and, you know, chatting with me, messaging me. We're talking about guitar lessons and guitar playing and technique and theory and all that. And so that community has a weekly live stream. And so that live stream is immediately after this. Yeah. So, Doroteo, that live stream is give me 1 segundo. It will be, I think it's 7:30 p.m. Central, right? Yeah, it's 7:30 p.m. Central. So that's about in 40 minutes. 35, 40 minutes. Yeah. So there we have it, folks. All right, let's jump to the next item on the docket, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I'm just going to briefly mention it, and then we'll go to the one after. Check this out. So in the guitar lawsuit world, there was a couple of nice development that made me laugh, and this is just purely to make you guys laugh too, if you find it funny. So you guys know Fender went after everybody, right, that they possibly could for the Strat-shaped guitar, right? Some people, you know, didn't comment. PRS didn't comment. Sur Guitars didn't comment. Thomann sued them back. So they called out on their bluff and sued them back. And now Fender is suing Thomann back. So Fender sends cease and desist. Thomann actually sues. And then Fender sues back. So that was the first development that was happening. And that's hilarious to me. Because Thomann and Fender are actually business partners in a sense, right? Thomann is the biggest seller of Fender guitars in Europe. You know, if you're Fender, you want Thomann to do well. And you want them happy. So yeah, these are two giants that are having a go at it, and it made me laugh. I love this. I love it. Like the fact that if Thomann sets up a fundraiser, you know, for their legal costs, they don't need it. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. But if they ever did, I would contribute just to see it like play around. You know what I mean? Just so that bigger companies don't go around bully everybody. That was the first thing that I thought it was hilarious. It's just like a lose-lose game between two big players. And I think this one eventually will turn out to be really important, by the way. So they're taking it to the court, and whatever the outcome of that court is, whatever the court decision is going to be precedent. So if Thomann loses, Fender now has a much more solid ground in terms of like choking everybody who's selling a Strat-shaped guitar in Europe. In America, they can't. Fender can do nothing in America because court after court, they ruled that the Strat shape is a common thing now. It's in public domain. It's not Fender's anymore. It never was. That was the ruling. So that's it in the U.S. But in Europe, they can make some moves, right? So that may turn out really important. And then the second thing that made me laugh was that Fender. It turns out that Fender also sent Yamaha a cease and desist letter in the Stratocaster crackdown. Now this one is not new. The news of it recently came out, and this is not new, so I'm not going to spend more time on this. At the same time that they sent it to SAR and PRS and Thomann and LSL, turned out that they sent one to Yamaha too, and Yamaha didn't comment on it. When I read this, this is what came to my mind. So, guys, never get into bar fights, right? Getting into fights is never a good idea. Here at Mr. Sorenzo Inc. Pty Ltd. Corp. Limited, we do not condone any act of aggression. In fact, the only act of aggression we condone is on the electric guitar. So let me just put that out there. But if you ever having a couple of drinks and the weather was hot and people were agitated and somebody comes and says whatever, right? And God forbid you ended up in one, like you ended up in a bar fight. Or maybe Vadim when it gets too cold for Vadim, because I don't know how summer in Russia is, but I know winters are cold, right? So if you ever end up in a bar fight, the worst thing you can do is to slap a random third bystander who's watching, right? So you end up in a bar fight for someone who as heavyweight as you are, like Fender and Thomann, right? The worst thing you can do is like you want to have a go, and then just randomly slap a third bystander who's just watching you guys fight from the sideline. Do not do that, because what happens when you do that is that then they will join the fight against you. It might sound controversial. This might not sound like common sense to some people. Clearly, to Fender, it doesn't sound like common sense. Right? Don't do that. Now, you might have accidentally slapped a third random bystander, like a random person there, a third party, and now you have two people in front of you in the bar fight. The next thing you don't want to do is to be like, all right, you guys wait a second. And then you go around a slapping spree to the rest of the people that are sitting at the bar. You know what I mean? Like, you have two people already in front of you. Don't pause the fight there. Go and slap everybody else at the bar and then come back to continue the fight. Because again, as controversial and as strange as it might sound to some people like Fender, they will join the fight. And now you're screwed. I don't know what to tell you. Ay. Vadim says multiple Spider-Man pointing fingers, is suitable in this situation. Yeah. So that's an important point, because everybody's been taking from each other's designs. This has always been the case in the guitar market. This is not a new thing. Vadim says summers are hot too. Land of the extreme. Really? Okay. I didn't know that. I thought like summers was like mellow, but the winters were like crazy. That I didn't know. All right. Now, shall we jump to the next item on the docket? Let's do this. And I wanted to show you guys this guitar. This was a guitar that I saw not long ago. And I was impressed by it. You guys know Larry Basilio. So Larry Basilio is a Brazilian artist. She started to become her guitar solo career, I think around 2011, 2012. About 14, 15 years ago. And she really she had a really nice gradual grow in her audience and in what she's been doing, and she's been getting better and better. She has a nice Instagram channel. Her content is getting better and better. So she's running a really nice tight operation there. Like I love what she's doing. She's one of those people that like you could see that her blowing up isn't just the algorithm or the hype. Like she has a nice slow and steady growth, which I really love. And that's her. That's Larry. If you guys are not educated on it, I encourage you guys to listen to some of her instrumental tracks. She's a very competent guitar player. Very positive personality. Really good vibe personality. I really like Larry. Larry's a really fun chick. She plays... Dorotio's perfect. Dorotio just brought it up. She plays rock fusion endorsed by Ibanez. That's exactly right. Great player, so check her out. She's really good. Anyways, so she has a signature model, the Larry Basilio 1, the LB1, is a Japanese-made premium Ibanez guitar. It's a prestige Ibanez guitar, rather. Comes in 3 colors, and purple, this purple is actually Larry's color. Like, if you have a look at Larry, she always has this, like, pink purple-ish lipstick and nail polish. Like, so that every video I've seen of her, she's in purple. So that's really her thing. That's her color, which is like funny. But it comes in like 2 other colors too. And again, white and gold goes so well, doesn't it? We had it like similar to the Chapman one we had a look at earlier. But that's like Larry's color, right? This looks so good. Oh God, this looks really good, doesn't it? We dig this a lot. We really do. Right? But outside of that, the shape, the philosophy behind it, behind the build and everything shouldn't be alien to you guys. So, again, you got this really nice, maybe this is not the best color to show it in. You got this really nice cutout there for a really like a nice little neck hug. We dig that. Check this out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love the arm carve there. Placement of the jack, perfection. We like it. It's athletic. And the neck, my lord. Oh God, this is so good. So before we move on, I want to play you guys a little track of Larry actually playing, and then you guys can check her out even more. But I want you guys to hear how she plays and what her sound is about. And she's playing that purple guitar that I showed you guys earlier. So let me give you guys some volume. Let's have a listen together, shall we? And I'll minimize myself. Here we go. She's so good. I love this melody. So this is from a song called Returning to the Other Side. She's such a good live player too. I really dig her playing. She's really good. So check her out. She's a very, very competent guitar player, and the guitar obviously is just fabulous. It's just amazing. So going back to the guitar now. Check this out. So here we go. We have sort of this AZ Oval C Aztec wood roasted bird's eye maple neck. Now, guys, this every time you see on Ibanez where it says Aztec, right? When you see that, that is nothing crazy. Like, that is nothing insane happening. All they've done when they say Aztec technology, whatever, right? All they've done is that they've roasted their maples in a nitrogen container. Essentially, like, you have a space, you put the neck in, has only nitrogen in it. You suck the air out, put nitrogen in, right? High percentage of nitrogen. Pretty much only nitrogen. And then you cook your wood inside of that environment. In the absence of oxygen, obviously there's no combustion. There's no fire burning, you know what I mean? And what that does is that it takes the moisture out and, you know, further stabilizes your neck. It's not like you just got like 5-6% moisture in the wood. It's a little less. That's when they say Aztec wood. It's just essentially their own roasting technique. And can I say something? This is not like Ibanez only. Many other companies that they do roasted maple necks, they are using high percentage of nitrogen in that thing. You know what I mean? It's not a new crazy thing. But both neck and fretboard are bird's eye maple, and they're both roasted. The body is ash. Doesn't say what type of ash. I'm assuming that it's not like, you know, I'm assuming it's swamp ash. That's my guess. But I don't know that. And this is important because ash as wood really varies in weight and in density. So depending on the type of ash you get a different weight. It's one of those woods that really varies. Like mahogany, like if you get Cuban mahogany or Honduran mahogany, you don't get that variation as much. With ash, you do. Like, you don't know what it is that you're holding until you hold it, right? Jumbo stainless steel frets. 22 frets. Gotha bridge. We like that. Seymour Duncan, Larry Basilio neck bridge and middle. So those pickups that you guys heard were passive Alnico Seymour Duncans. Standard tuning. 1046. Bone nut. And gold hardware. Now, 25.5-inch scale. Standard. 42 mil at the nut. Standard. The thing that I was surprised about was the thickness of the neck. So 20.5 mil on the first fret and 22.5 at the 12th fret. So this is like medium, more towards thicker side, right? I was expecting, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, 19 mils. I thought it was 1921. So 19 mil at the first fret, 21 at the 12th. Like, so it's not wizard, but it's like nice and thin. I don't know why I thought that, because, you know, I don't know. I thought that would be the one, because in some instrumentals, she does speed up a little, like, you know, whatever, but clearly not. So that was interesting. And then you have the 10 to 14 inch compound radius. So there we go. Now you have a middle pickup. You have a 5-position switching system, and then you have an alternate mode where you get, you know, essentially double the sound options you got out of that guitar, which is kind of nice. We like that. Gotha Magnum locking machine heads, pretty good stuff. Lumen lace side dots, and a hard shell case is included. Look at the wood, by the way. Look at that roasted maple. Bird's eye maple. I really like this. Obviously, a different guitar is going to be a little different, but that wood is something that I really, really like. It's bird's eye maple, and you can see the bird's eye here a little bit, right? But it's not that much. Not many bird's eyes in this maple, at least. Yeah. How much does a street, I wonder? Hold on a second. I wonder. Let's go to Sweetwater. Ibanez LB1. Do they even have it? Yeah, they do have it. Wow, it's pricier than I thought. $3,200. $3,250. And how heavy is it? It's ash, so it's going to be lighter, on the lighter side. They don't have anything up there as of now. What about the white one? Do we have, there we go. 7-8 pounds, okay. Almost 8 pounds. Fair enough. So there you have it, folks. That was the Larry Basilio's Ibanez signature guitar, which I thought is a really interesting guitar. I love her playing, and I think this is very well suited for what she does. So there you have it. Boom. Boom, as they say. Vadim says probably 42 mils. Thank God, as it's AZ series. Yeah, I know. I know your love for that. Yo, Killa, who's here? Hey, pal, how are you? Yo, Killa says, how's everyone listening to the stream in the background? Big day ahead. Stay athletic, everybody. Take care, man. Hope you have a kick-ass day. Hope you face the stuff and conquer the stuff. That's what I want you to do. Have a great rest of the day and have a great weekend, pal. So good to see you. So good of you to join. Hope everybody's well, if you know what I mean. Vadim says, Aztec technology is blood sacrifices. Killer is 2050 on that first fret, by the way. Is it okay? Really? A shred guitar? So they really built that guitar more, I don't know, I'm not going to call it old school, but yeah, I would look at the shape of that guitar, dude, and I would think, like, you know, I would think this is shred guitar, like 19 mils, 17 mils. Like, that's where my mind would go, but clearly not. All right. Yay. It's old school, an old shape, but still really cool. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Look, as long as it works for you, it doesn't matter if it's new school, old school, whatever that is called. It does not matter remotely, right? All matters, the only thing that matters is whether you have fun with it and you enjoy playing and you get better playing. That's all that matters. I don't even care what anybody says. Do not care. We are in the ASMR section of the stream now. Don't care, Vadim. 1988 shape. Heck yes. The only thing matters, man. The only thing that ever matters about your guitar is whether you enjoy it, and do not care what anybody else says. I swear to God. Because, listen, metal community, I love us. We are awesome. Rock metal community is just fabulous. You guys go to any live show, any concert, you see how everybody takes care of everybody, how everyone's there to have a good time. You know what I mean? Our community is just great. One problem it has is that for some reason, some people think that gatekeeping is a good idea, right? And so to make themselves feel significance, they do this thing, you know? And that's not a good idea. And so in their gatekeeping, in their whatever, throwing trash out there, what they do is that they're like, oh, this guitar is cool, or this music is good, and the other one's not. Nah. You guys, your guitar works for you. That's the perfect guitar. That's the best guitar in the world. Yeah. Yo Killa says, just got the Haruna Boost, by the way. Woo! You got the newer version of my guitar. Congrats, my man. You guys are getting nice new guitars. I like it. I like it. The Boost is great. It's a lovely white Telecaster with 2 humbuckers in there. 7.5 mil radius. It's a beautiful guitar. 20 months to pay. Congratulations on that new guitar, pal. Enjoy every second of it. Just play the heck out of that guitar. So happy for you. So happy for you. As the Zuhair says, Mr. Sorenzo, I'm having coffee now. Will you watch the World Cup final tomorrow? Spain versus Argentina? I don't know. If I'm not working, I would, but I've been watching the highlights so far because I've been just working throughout. So yeah, if I get a chance, I'll try to sit down and have a look, but it's been pretty hectic. Yeah. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. I think we covered everything we wanted to cover. And it's time for us to slowly join our stream on the school community for the guitar teaching. So if you guys are interested in joining us, I'll put the link in the chat. We'll be there now right after this, teaching guitar, talking about guitar technique, and playing and practicing guitar together. So that's what we're doing now in our school community. So those of you who want to join, the link is here in the chat for you. No pressure. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. For those of you who want to join, we'll be there for some time after. To have a chat with everybody and talk about guitar technique and playing, and specifically guitar lessons. I'll be reteaching some of the stuff that are already in the courses that they're live to today. So it's going to be a great day. I love it. I love today is such a good day. Today is an athletic day. Doroteo says, I remember 1988 was a great year for thrash metal and glam. Were any of y'all alive back in the day? No, I was not. And I wish I was. 80s and 90s. Like, I wish I was an adult in the 90s. I swear to God. Because it sounded like a lot of fun. I was a kid. I was just born in the 90s, right? But when I look back at those videos and what people say, and my friends, some older friends of mine talk about partying in the 90s, it looks like 90s partying was like the pinnacle of partying from what I've heard. And I wish I was there. Stop it. Stop ring. Jesus Christ, these guys keep calling. Unbelievable. Spain versus Argentina. Yeah, who do you guys think will win? Spain or Argentina? I think Argentina got it. I think Messi wants to go out with a bang. It's his last World Cup. I think that's what he's going to do. Guys, one last thing before I go. Our tradition on the stream, never going to go away. My favorite part of the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, you guys. Gonna drink this to your health, to your family's health. Highlight of my week. Thanks to you guys. Just coming in, talking about guitars and having a good time. Cheers to you guys, my. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. To your health. Hoorah. Hoorah. Spain 4, Argentina 1. Wow. Really? That's how skeptical you are? That's how you, oh, wow. Okay. Anyway. Well, guys, we'll leave it here. For those of you, I know Doroteo is on the school, so Doroteo, I'll see you in a few minutes. Rest of you guys, so great to see everybody, guys. Thank you again for hanging out. As I always say in every stream, got a loved one? Hug them. Tell them you love them. Got a guitar? Yo, Killer got that new boost. Vadim got that killer guitar. You got it? You love it? Selfishly, couple of hours a day, pick it up and play. It's your time. You worked so hard, you earned it. Baby, baby, baby. It's going to be an athletic rest of the weekend, can I tell you? It's going to be a great rest of the weekend. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Love you lots. Take a good care of yourself. And I will see you in the next live, in the next video. Got any questions, got any suggestions, message me. Like this stream, we changed things, right? And can't wait to see you guys next week. Mwah! Mwah! Take a good care of yourself, guys. I'll see you in the next. Woo!